He sat alone at the edge of the wedding hall, a single empty chair separating him from the laughter and warmth filling the room, his hands folded tightly as if holding himself together. Around him were couples leaning into each other, families clustered in joy, friends sharing inside smiles. Yet he looked like a forgotten detail, someone who had arrived by mistake. No one noticed the quiet single father in a worn suit, unaware that before the night ended, one choice would change his life forever. Before we go deeper into this story, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and moments where quiet hearts are finally seen, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach people who feel invisible today. His name was Daniel Harper, a Christian man in his late 30s living in Ohio, United States. Life had not unfolded the way he once imagined. Years earlier, he had dreams of a steady career, a loving marriage, and a home filled with laughter. Instead, he found himself raising his 6-year-old daughter alone after his wife passed away unexpectedly from illness. Grief came like a storm that never truly cleared, and Daniel learned to live under its shadow, while doing everything he could to be both mother and father. Most days were a blur of early mornings, packed lunches, school drop-offs, late shifts, and exhausted evenings spent reading bedtime stories, while pretending not to be tired. Friends slowly drifted away, unsure how to be around his sadness. Invitations stopped coming. He became used to silence, to being the one who showed up alone, to standing on the edge of other people's happiness without stepping into it. The wedding invitation surprised him. It was from his cousin's daughter, a kind gesture more than an expectation. Daniel almost declined. He had no one to bring, no story to share, no energy for small talk. But his daughter encouraged him, smiling and telling him he should go, that maybe it would be good for him to see people again. So he ironed his old suit, practiced a polite smile in the mirror, and promised himself he would stay only long enough to be respectful. The ceremony was beautiful, filled with music, white flowers, and sunlight pouring through tall windows. Daniel clapped softly when everyone else did, watched the couple exchange vows, and felt both happiness and a familiar ache settle in his chest. When the reception began, guests flowed easily toward tables marked with names and laughter. Daniel followed the signs and found his seat, placed at the far edge of the room, surrounded by couples who immediately turned toward each other. He sat quietly, sipping water, observing life move around him. He noticed the bride's sister moving through the room, graceful and calm, checking on guests, helping older relatives, smiling gently. Her name was Emily Carter. She was known in the family as kind, thoughtful, and deeply involved in her church community. She believed strongly in compassion, often volunteering with single parents and community programs, though few people knew how deeply she carried those values. Emily noticed Daniel almost immediately, not because he was loud or demanding, but because he looked like someone trying very hard not to take up space. She saw the way he sat straight, hands folded, eyes lowering whenever laughter passed nearby. Something about his quiet presence stayed with her as she moved from table to table. As the music changed and the traditional moment arrived for the bride to invite guests onto the dance floor, energy filled the room. People stood quickly, eager to be part of the celebration. Emily stood near the center, watching faces light up, then looked again toward the edge of the room. Daniel remained seated. He had not danced in years. The thought alone felt overwhelming. He watched others stand, feeling invisible yet again, prepared to let the moment pass as he always did. He told himself it was easier this way, safer not to hope. That was when Emily made her choice. She walked past laughing groups, past familiar faces, and toward the quiet corner where Daniel sat. The room slowly noticed her movement, curiosity following her steps. Daniel looked up, startled, unsure why attention suddenly drifted his way. His heart began to race, embarrassment rising, instinctively preparing him to politely refuse. But Emily did not hesitate. She reached the edge of the crowd and offered him a warm, steady smile that held no pity, no performance, only genuine invitation. In that moment, something inside Daniel cracked open. Not fear, not pride, but fragile hope he had buried long ago. He stood. The walk to the dance floor felt unreal. Applause rose gently, not mocking, but encouraging. Daniel moved carefully, aware of every step, every eye, yet as the music carried on, something shifted. He was no longer the man sitting alone. He was simply a man being included. They moved simply, without show, without expectation. Daniel felt his shoulders relax, his breathing slow. For the first time in years, he felt seen not as a burden, not as a widower, not as a single father who had lost too much, but as a person worthy of warmth. Others joined the dance floor, the moment passing naturally, but its impact stayed with him. After the song ended, Daniel returned to his seat, heart pounding, hands trembling slightly, not from fear, but from emotion he had forgotten how to name. Throughout the rest of the evening, people began talking to him. Conversations flowed. Laughter came easier. Emily checked in quietly, making sure he felt welcome without overwhelming him. Daniel found himself smiling genuinely, something his daughter would later notice immediately. When the night ended, Daniel left the hall changed. Nothing dramatic had happened on the surface, yet something essential had been restored. He drove home in silence, reflecting on how one act of kindness had reminded him that his story was not over. In the weeks that followed, small things began to shift. Daniel joined a local church group he had avoided before. He accepted help when offered instead of declining out of pride. He began believing again that companionship was not something he had forfeited forever. Emily and Daniel crossed paths again through family gatherings and community events. Their connection grew slowly, rooted in shared values, faith, and understanding. Neither rushed. Both respected the past that shaped them. And through patience, trust, and kindness, something real formed. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that one simple act can pull someone back from loneliness, please take a moment to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement helps spread messages of compassion to those who feel unseen. Before we end, please leave a comment below about a moment when kindness changed your life or someone else's. Your words might be the encouragement someone reading needs today. Because sometimes, all it takes is being chosen once in the crowd for life to begin again.